So it's National Dog Bite Prevention Week, and I'm an emergency medicine doctor, and I thought I would do this video on play. So one of the reasons for a lot of bites is actually due to play. They happen during play. Now, it's either intentional play with the dog, or it's the child trying to play with the dog, or it's the dog interacting with a child that is playing. And so a lot of the time there are objects involved. And please don't hate on me because I don't like the game tuggy. Okay, now I have actually taught my blind dog to play tuggy because she enjoys it. But the problem with tuggy is the vast majority of people do not have a play cue, and they do not have an out cue. So the dog doesn't learn when to play or when to stop the play. And so it's sort of like a free-for-all. And the problem with this is, dogs' teeth are very sharp. We've all at some point, I'm sure, been nipped by our dogs as they've gone to grab a treat or a toy from our hands, or whatever. Even the softest mouthed dogs, like my spaniels, I've certainly, had a few like, ouch. But, kids' skin's very soft. They go to grab the toy, they overshoot a bit, and you actually get a kid that can actually lose maybe a bit of their ear, their nose, their thumb, or, fingers. I've seen it happen, and it's because of that grabbing. Now, the other problem that happens as well, so that's like maybe with an intentional game of tuggy, but also just with maybe a child that's playing around the house. Maybe they're waving their Barbie doll around, or their a flag, or their teddy bear, and the dog's like, oh, it's time to play, let's go and grab that toy. And then obviously the same thing happens, they get injured. And then the other flip side of that is maybe the dog's playing with the toy and the kid's like, oh yeah, let's go and play with that rag, and the dog wants to just keep the toy to themselves, and so there can be a bit of possessiveness there maybe, or resource guarding, and then the child gets injured. So again, this is often nothing to do with being aggressive, certainly in the case of like playing tuggy, but what's happened is as a result is that the child has got injured. And often with some of these cases it's very poor management, with the child running around the house and then the dog's like trying to join in this play game and grabbing a toy out of the child's hand. So all these things can be prevented with just proper management. And if you do want to learn how to play tuggy with your dogs, do a proper course. So I did some coaching with Craig Ogilvie, really recommend him. Teach your dog how to about using a cue to engage in play, and then using an out cue. But as a rule of thumb, for people that I see at work, I just always advise children do not play tuggy with their dogs, and it's not something that's played around children as well.